possibly one of the best bowling attacks in the world. Is that something that excites you as a batsman, David?
Yeah, 100%. And I think we had first-hand opportunity to face their bowling attack when we were in South Africa just recently in the one-day tour. So, look, we know what we're going to get. We know what we're going to expect. They're all going to be fired up and pumped, and so are we as batsmen and as a team. So I'm really looking forward to the challenge. And speaking to our other guys, they're pumped as well.
Dale Steyn said the other day to us that there were two guys he wanted to target, Steve Smith and yourself. He talked about cutting off the head of the snake and watching the rest of the body fall. Do you feel as though you're one of the heads of the snake and you've got to sort of combat him because he's out to get you?
Look, there's 11 players in the team, and if Dale wants to start playing that game, then I'll let him do that. For us, it's about going out there and doing our best, and if he feels that cutting the head off the snake and then everyone else falls apart, I don't see that happening at all. That's the fast bowler talk. We're not going to go into that, not going to entertain those thoughts or scenarios. We're just going to go out there and back ourselves and do what we do best, and that's play positive cricket. We know what the conditions we're going to face out here, so hopefully they do get carried away and start bowling short and fast, because at the end of the day, you've got to bowl at the stumps to get wickets.
Sammy, then Bruno, then Benny.
Starkey's come back from an injury layoff. Last year he bowled a ball 160 Ks. Do you reckon he's capable of doing that again this week?
Every chance. He looked very ready to go, I think, more in his sort of latter part of his spell in Queensland. Got the ball through nicely, started shaping the ball as well, which is what we like to see with Mitchell. And look, if we go back 12 months and see what he delivered out here, if there's a bit more pace in that wicket, it could be even scarier. So, I think he's ready to go, and I feel that he thinks he's ready to go.
Is he the most terrifying bowler you've faced in the nets?
I don't have to face him too much. That's the beauty of this format, with the coaching staff sort of tinkering with the batting lineup. I've had some scars in my past here at these nets. I think it's just fortunate enough that I've been selected to bat in different groups, but he's bowling quick in those nets, and I think if you ask any player that's played the game or present that's practicing these wickets as a batsman, it's the scariest thing on the calendar.
You have talked a lot in the past about liking to get into a contest with a bowler, and that's what gets you going. Obviously, you've evolved and changed quite a bit in terms of the way you, I suppose, carry yourself around the team and on the field. Do you still like to get into that contest, or has your mental approach to bowlers changed as well?
Yeah, good question. I feel that it's more come with maturity, and I've started to let my bat do the talking. I think that's what happens when you evolve as a player and you get to a point where you understand the game well enough. I think Rabada spoke the other day about a bit about banter out there, and he's a young guy coming through, and that's something that he gains confidence through. I know he said a few words when we were in South Africa, but you love that as a batsman. I feel now that I sort of let my bat do the talking, as I said, and that's all I have to concentrate and worry about when I'm out there. And with the new laws and those demerit points, they go for 2 years, so I can't afford to lose a game or to sit out a game.
Benny, then Nez, then JT.
Dave, what's the main thing that you've sort of focused on with your responsibility as vice captain, do you think, to Steve?
For me, it's about making his job easier, doing the little things around the group to make sure his job's just solely based on out in the field, being tactical, bowling changes, etc. like that, and away from the field, just sort of making sure the troops are upbeat and ready to go. If anyone needs anything, I ask the guys to come to me and let Smudge just think about what he has to do for the test match coming up. You guys know Stephen, he's a very sort of simple, down-to-earth guy. He's very cruisy, so he actually likes being a bit more hands-on, likes getting feedback from the guys, which is great. I just try and make his life a little bit easier as I can.
Do you think the combination works well, like with your two personalities?
Yeah, definitely. We are pretty much chalk and cheese. He likes his crosswords. I don't like crosswords. But look, at the end of the day, we're on the same lines when it comes to cricket, and that's the most important thing. That's our job. Our job is to try and get everyone together and making sure we're on the same track. And at the moment, I think everyone's in a positive mindset. We're ready to go. It's the first game of the summer, and we can't wait to get out there.
Yes.
What about Australia's quicks? Do you want to say Sid will get an opportunity here?
That's dependent on what the selectors feel. He's obviously come off a long break. Credit to him to getting himself ready and fit. He's bowling faster than I've faced in the previous times. He feels fit. He's bowling good line and length. I think you guys would have seen him out there in the nets troubling us batsmen. he's one of those bowlers that when he hits line and length and there's a little bit in that wicket, he's hard to face. And he's been our rock for many years now, and he's got the games under him and the experience to know what to bring out here.
JT then Robbie.
Dave, tell us what's your relationship like with Sean Marsh, and what's the strength of your opening partnership with him?
When Sauce doesn't say much to me, I think I'm in a great position with Sauce, because we all know Sauce is a man of few words. He's sort of an intense player. The feedback we get when we're out there together is we sort of try and rotate strike a fair bit. That's one thing that we really work on together as a partnership. He likes to leave a lot of balls early on in his innings. I'm a bit different. I like to feel bat on ball. But we work very well together. We've batted together in one days, test matches. We know each other very well. And that's the good thing about coming into a test series when you know your partner at the other end. And I'm fortunate that the selectors have gone that way as well, instead of picking someone that was fresh and new.
What are your memories of that 2014 tour of South Africa, both in terms of the runs you scored and what was said sort of on and off the pitch? And do you have any regrets about anything that you said there?
There was a lot of luck. I think I got dropped every game. I think that, we had a great bowling attack there where we had intimidation factor. We had players who verbally got together and really showed presence out there. I think that's what we really needed to get over the South Africans. They had a fantastic lineup, batting and bowling. We felt that we really had to have that presence in their own backyard, as we always do when we're playing here as well in our backyard. But over there, I think there was just something different about the Australian cricket team. We just really we knew we had to fight together to beat them on their home turf, and we managed to do that. But as we know, Test match cricket, the best ones go down to that last hour, and it was a fantastic effort from, I think, the bowlers predominantly to grind out that day, because I think we had Adelaide in the back of our minds when we played there. So, look, for us, for myself, looking back at that, you've got to try and work out what worked for me then to make work this summer.
And Dave, history says your first test of the summer is always pretty good. Do you feel better at this time than any others?
I feel exactly the same as every test match I come game one of a summer. There's no reason for me or the other guys to be raring to go. We're doing what we love. We're playing cricket for our country. We know, cricket is Australia's favourite sport. Everyone comes out to support us, and we always have to go out there with a smile on our face and do our best for us and for the nation.
Last three, Sammy, Nez and Mel.
Dave, you spoke about presence just before. There's a lot of talk about coming out of Sri Lanka that it's a quiet team and you need to pose yourself a little bit more. Is that something you can work on or even practice before a series? Are you confident you guys will have that presence in this series?
Yeah, look, that all starts in the preparation. That leads from training out into the field. When we get on the field and walk on the field, we know exactly what we have to do. But it starts in in our preparation. We've got to be disciplined. When we're up and about and we've got that sort of buzz and energy in the end, you can hear the guys talking. You know that we're in the right direction. And as I said, when we walk on that field, the instinct and the skill takes over.
The actual WACA pitch, obviously you had an absolute couple of days out this time last year, but what are you hoping for? Are you hoping to see that bit more of a traditional bounce?
Yeah, I would like for him to stay on that roller all night. I think when we look at the wicket last year, it was quite flat. Just it lacked a bit of pace. I think traditionally over the last sort of 4 or 5 years since I've been playing here, it's probably lost that zip. I think we go back a couple of years, we played South Africa in back-to-back one days here. It had nice bounce and carry. I think when you walk out there and you see that sort of sheen at the WACA, you know it's going to be a fast wicket. We're hoping to see that because we love that contest with bat on ball. And I think for a batter, traditionally, you can leave predominantly when the ball's short of a length. So hopefully it's got that sheen. And look, we just have to wait to tomorrow to see what it looks like.
Last one, Mel.
David mentioned Adelaide before and the memories of Adelaide. Just wondering, when you look back, your memories of that last day and I guess what Faf du Plessis did that day, what you learned about him that day.
You can take it from any of those guys that played that day. They batted well. They were patient. They probably went out there with the hope of winning, but probably knew it was probably out of their reach. I think they felt like they just needed to bat time and sort of looked at it as a net session. And look, credit to them, they played fantastic. We didn't take our chances. We bowled fantastic. I think Sid's bowled a phenomenal, spell, or he bowled a phenomenal day. Like he was a workhorse. Like he was on his haunches at the end of the day. He gave everything. But look, that's obviously in the past. We've let that go. We might be trying a few things different to what we did then. But look, I'm hoping that there's a different result here this year, especially here at the WACA.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.